Hey guys, thank you for choosing our presentation. We brings you the neo-dimensional training with a tab, digital visualization. We have the best-in-class EWM trainer in the market to deliver the quality education and share his experiences. Our approach and methodology to the training is unique. Let me introduce our methodology with believing. Real-time case studies. We understand that many of our participants did not get any opportunity to visit the warehouse to understand the real-time scenarios. Introducing the real-time business cases every time and building the discussion on available solutions in EWM make the participant easier to understand and remember for life. Visual presentation. We believe human brains understand the process visually faster than the text. That is why we have our platform to explain each and every object on visual slides and the screenshots. Interactive methods. To keep the session alive, we always believe in interactive sessions and encourage the participants to ask as many questions and share his views and expertise. That really helps and gives other participants to gain more knowledge. Hands-on experience. We always believe in action rather than words. Assigning the task every end of the session, support the participants to run the practice seamlessly, preparing for the mark tests, etc. This is where we believe. And finally, the strength of our training, mentoring even after the course. Our service is unique because we believe in after sales, meaning we always be in connect with the participants even after the course completion. The participant can always be in touch with us via WhatsApp or email. Thank you for watching and let us get to the agenda today. Hope you enjoy our presentation. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and follow. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Okay. So yesterday we just talked at master data. So we have seen the warehouse product master, which we create that in S4HANA, and later we will extend to the respective warehouses and for their storage stacks. And we do have a couple of parameters we do use for the strategies and a lot of business controls that we will see in the later sections wherever is required. Then we also have discussed on our business partners, how we create the customers and the vendors. And today we'll discuss on this pack specs. Okay. The pack specs is basically the packaging specifications. So what does this do actually? Pack specs are basically used for automation of packing, okay, of the products. Let's say we receive handling units, we receive pallets from the supplier, or we want to send pallets to the customer. Yeah. So these pallets are basically, we consider it as handling units, let us assume. So these handling units are automatically generated. So this is one kind of a master data wherein we do maintain the packaging information. Let's say I have a pallet. Say, so this is my pallet. Okay. So if you see this pallet, basically this is considered one pallet, and onto it we have two boxes, or you can consider two cartons. And within each carton, you have four. You receive the pallets in this packing applications. Every time, whatever the product, whatever the quantity you receive, let's say you receive 16 eaches, it comes as two pallets. If it is 160 eaches, it means it comes as 20 pallets, right? Yeah, correct. These, let's say you get 20 pallet, each time cannot maintain it manually to create handling units, right? So instead, you can automate this process by maintaining this master data. So you do maintain this pack specs. So every time for certain conditions, every time a certain product, let's say in our case is AZ0 ROH1, it is arrived from a supplier who is some X. So with that X, it should automatically generate a handling unit by referring to this pack specs. In that pack spec, you do maintain the information. Okay. Let me run one manual case. The same thing what I've just. This actually we don't need packaging materials. We have the basically main products and the packaging products. Let's say I'll open this page. Basically, this is a main product, right? These main products are being packed in a carton. This carton is being a packaging material. Likewise, the same way pallet, it is also a packaging material. We do need two packaging materials here. I'm going to create those first thing. Are you guys following? Is it three? Let's say I won't count it. This one is create as a packaging material.
No, it's already created.
This one. Okay. Basic. Basically, we don't need to use all this because, however, we are not selling. If it is a trading product, yes, you can use it. You can purchase it.
You are creating it as a raw material here.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So which one do I have to take now? If it is a packaging materials, the packaging. This is for your regular materials. Yeah, it's for regular materials. Okay. So I'm maintaining certain information here. If you see here, this is basically we have something called material, packaging material, and packaging material type. So these are the certain configurations these are the objects we do require. What does it mean actually? The material type, right? For maintaining a material master.
Yes.
What does the material master represents? It basically says what kind of a nature of a material is it. If it is a raw material, so you have to use RO.
Yes.
If it is packing. So in the same way, this packaging material type will give you what kind of a packaging material is this. Okay. Okay. Let's say it is, I have it here. It is basically, this packaging material is basically a carton. Okay. So this way usually we do create in a configurations while configuring this. Here we do use packaging material types. This we define multiple packaging material types. So this basically informs the system is basically this is a packaging material which is used, which is basically carton. Okay. And there is something else, material group or packaging material. What does this mean? Basically, if I bring any liquids, so it has a limitations, right? In what kind of a packaging materials does I can use to pack those? Can I utilize a carton to pack those liquid?
Absolutely no.
No. So
Yeah.
there comes the restriction here. So I know my product is basically is in inches. So I can use this. I can use cartons to. I can use this product. I can use this main product. ROHN is basically is in inches. So I can use cartons as one of a packaging material. Even I can use it as a pallet. So I'm signing this material for packaging material. Okay. So what does this do is, if I go into the configuration, here you see define allowed packaging. So this material group for packaging material, I have restricted. So it can be packed in cartons or the pallets. So beyond that, let's say somebody is trying to create by cylinders. So this liquid, you have created a liquid and you want to pack it by carton. So system will restrict, it will throw an error saying that you cannot do that. So that restriction, you control it through metal group for packaging material. Okay. So to the main product, I have assigned this material group for packaging material and I'm saving this. And now whatever the packaging materials, like allowed the packaging material types for this material group, I'm going to create it and going forward, I can pack my main product with these packaging materials only, which are this packaging material type for which you have created. Are you following this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here I'm entering the handling unit type. So basically this handling unit type is again, which is reference to the handling units basically. We were discussing on a packaging materials and we are discussing on a handling unit. So when you restrict, when you again see what kind of a handling unit is it, it's basically a pallet. Or if you want to build at carton level, you can also create a handling unit at carton level also. Okay. So at that time, whenever it creates a handling unit with this packaging material, what is this considered as? It is considered as a carton. You see, there are two levels I can build a handling unit. What is a handling unit? Basically, a handling unit is a combination of product and the packing material. So this is considered, this can be considered as one handling unit. This can be considered as one handling. The whole thing can also considered as one handling unit. There are two levels. This is the first level and this is the second level. Okay. So whenever a business requires, so what kind of a handling unit type is basically
I always thought handling unit is only a pallet, but yeah, I think we can also have a handling unit as
it can be anything. It can be like cylinder also can be handled.
okay.
It's to what level like you're considering your packaging in your warehouse. Yeah. I was going to get one more.
Will it be like
Package.
hatching within HU here? Is it like a nested HU?
Yeah.
Put it
It can be, it can be nested HU. If in case, yeah. No. Basically, if can be nested HU, if you generate handling units in both the levels,
okay.
at the pallet level and at a carton level. But here, let's say assume that if we generate at the pallet level, then it cannot be HU, nested HU, because there is no HU is being generated at this level.
Yeah. But
Sometimes what happens in a business, even though you get a pallet, maybe this product belongs to different batches. You get a packaging from your supplier in such a way that similar batches are copied in one box, but considered as it is packed in one pallet. So what you do basically, you will generate the labels, handling unit labels at carton level, but you hold it as a pallet in your bin.
we are creating two packaging materials, a carton and a
Yeah,
pallet.
actually, why I'm going to create it as we going to PackSpec. So you guys understand why the packaging materials are used in the business. What is the purpose of creating a packaging master data?
Be able to pack the materials. It's
to
like the
automate-
package. It's like the packaging instruction in inventory management.
It's we already do have this kind of business process already in ECC also, right? Yes.
When you say packaging instructions, can the instructions be maintained at this level, at the material level? If suppose you have to say always store it down, bottom up, or store it in the
Yeah, that we are doing. All that instructions we do actually maintain that in the PackSpec. Okay. So let's say I am created a couple of master data, two packaging materials. So now I'm going to create a purchase order.
yesterday this product master, we created a product master in S4HANA. We can't say replicated, but we can maintain the EWM related information in the EWM for that material. Correct? Likewise,
We extended WM views.
yeah, extended WMS, yeah. But this vendor that you created, this vendor is 0303. It doesn't have any EWM specific data, right?
So it doesn't. It's basically, this is not a WM object.
Or is that the WM?
Actually, it's a procurement, right? So you extend to purchase organizations which are responsible for plans.
Okay. So in EWM master data, then it's only the product master data is one object and the PackSpec is the other object.
You see, right? These are
The customer and vendor are they because they're all embedded. You don't have to replicate or anything, and there is no EWM specific data set that is to be maintained for business part.
not EWM specific. Only the partner determinations has to be done, which you usually do it normally. When you create a BP, the partner determinations are determined, like ship to party, ship from parties, invoicing parties, all that. So those basically are considered as one certain perspective. You can also utilize those those objects for certain purposes for warehouse billing if you're using third party logistics. But you are not
Same data
maintaining
sets.
any EWM specific data, right? Created for 10 months.
They use this storage location ROD EFS. This type of naming convention only came because of EWM. Because in the past, I don't remember these words. It was always their own convention of
001, 002, like this.
Yeah.
Right. Well, for DEWM, they have given us a pre-configured configuration.
But if they already configure different storage locations and they want to activate EWM component, so how does it work? Will they use their own?
No, they extend the storage location. No, it's not a mandatory that you have to use it. You can always use your specific storage location. So if you want to, you already have a stock in that storage location and you want to extend to EWM scope, you can use the same storage location with ready practice.
Right. Okay. In availability group, you map to them.
You map to those things, right? Exactly.
And this maintain inbound delivery, you're always pulling it, right? The pull approach.
It is already created. I'm just finding a report. It's not pulling. I'm just getting
Finding
the
the
report
report.
again. Yeah, finding the number. That's it. It's already been created. If I execute it without a number, then it may bring a lot of
Many other
deliveries which I don't want.
Based on
Basically, there are many ways. There are many ways you can fetch your report. Let's say this delivery number is one of the approach which I just do it because most of the time create your inbound delivery the time when you receive a truck. So you print that inbound delivery. But some cases, let's say you communicate with the purchase order, right? So you can always do it by purchase order. In case when RF devices, you may not have that delivery number right away because
the vendor may not have printed it.
no, when the truck driver comes, he comes with this information, purchase order information. Or the picker can fetch the deliveries based on this also. You have these are the approaches.
Ajam, can we face with the inbound delivery itself, the first option?
But how do I know what is it?
You already got the number on your notepad.
If I get this, yes, this is the other way around you're talking.
No,
I
no,
don't know this number, right?
no. My question is, rather than using the third option in the list, can you use the first option similarly?
I think we
Yeah.
should go.
So that inbound delivery is EWM inbound delivery number, which we don't know.
That's right. Which I don't know.
So you say that the first option is for the EWM inbound delivery number.
Yes, yes. The
Oh.
third option is S4 inbound delivery.
All right. Okay.
So as can we set up the same number range for both S4 and EWM? So it's easier to manage
Yes,
that
we
way.
can do that.
We can, right? Yeah, okay. So-
You know what? It always conflicts because in real time, it's not always it matches. Many times you cancel the deliveries and many times you cancel in here for manual purpose. That then always the number cannot match.
I think it becomes a bit tricky because
In the beginning, the day you started, after 3-4 days, the number it conflicts.
No, I understand that because see, this is a two-way interface, right? So sometimes the guys are in EWM and if they receive a PO and there's an inbound delivery, they can generate an inbound delivery directly here.
They can do that.
And then it will try to replicate from here to S4 and then maybe there will be a
Yeah.
conflict there because of the number range. Yeah, yeah. So I think it's ideal to
is-
maybe maintain separate number ranges.
Right. It will be more confusing if you have the same number range because when you cancel it, the same cannot be replicated here. So it will follow a different number. So then every time you get to have a different number range.
So let's say here, there's a new button there on top of the top table. Does it allow us to create
Which
inbound
one?
directly here?
Yeah, we saw
Which
config
one?
yesterday, right? Is it allowed?
Towards
Document
left,
type.
just above the first table. So come down a little bit.
What's the
New-
table?
New,
Yeah, but just above that, the toolbar.
This one.
Does it allow us to create inbound delivery here?
It will.
Oh, yeah.
But with the reference, actually, you basically can create it
With reference to PO maybe. Is it?
with reference to some documents. You basically, if you do not have inbound delivery, and this document doesn't allow you to create manually. Okay.
Okay, okay.
If you have options, you basically, there are cases like we create with reference to EGRs. You don't have a delivery number. You don't create the inbound deliveries, only with purchase order. So you do create the EGRs and then followed by inbound.
The EGR and GR are optional, as you said, but this inbound delivery document is a must mandatory document for all the inbound processing, correct? That comes into the warehouse. Without IBD or with the IBD, you always
With
create that.
IBD of EWM, right?
Yeah, so it is a mandatory document because the purchase order will not have an IBD, correct? But EWM should always have a inbound delivery document from where it
Yeah,
starts.
so you need it. Because, when you're receiving a stock, so you should have certain reference when you're receiving it.
Correct.
In those cases, yes. Even when you do stock transport, are you receiving from some purchase order? That's how. So what cases can we see without any references they can see? 262. Okay. So 262 it's a return, right? It's a return process. Even in the case of customer returns. At those times, even still, it does create a delivery number.
And on this document, where can we find, if you display the
So
view on this 1822, where can we find the IBD number in it?
This is the IPD number. Okay. Your reference.
Yeah. Reference document. Okay.
So you see, now I'm proceeding to pack this product. Pack. So here you see, it has come to this another dashboard. The user interface, where you're going to pack it. So let's say I'm trying to do manual packing. So I'm going to use this product which I created, carton. Okay, execute. So now it is creating one handling unit for me. Packaging material tab AZ here has no intervals. Number range. So you're going to maintain a number range of something. CME extended. Okay. So basically, whatever you've done the configuration at logistic execution, right? So the same configuration you also have to repeat in EWM. So for this handling unit, you have to repeat at two levels. One it at the S4HANA and one it at the EWM. So both should have same nomenclatures, and the number ranges also should match whatever you're creating handling unit when it is replicating back to S4HANA. So that considered as an external number range. Okay. So the same configuration, I'm going to do it here. Cross process settings, handling unit. Again, I'm repeating the same configuration. So define packaging material types. I'm creating a packaging material type. Agents here and pallets. And allow maintain packaging material to using packaging group. So here the name is changing. It's basically material group or packaging material. I now would not maintain the number ranges. Because here you go. The number range. I think percent number range. Okay. You understood what I said? So when a handling unit is created, it gives a number, right? So I've given certain numbers for this. Let's say, for example, in my case, I've given 01. So it means define number is handling identification. Space it 03. Has not created. So I'm going to create it. Okay. Before giving this number range, I have to match with my S4HANA number range here. So where do I maintain this? In logistic general, external identification, define number range for number range maintenance. So this number range, the same number range, I have to mention it here also. So I'm going to open.
You need to start keep going.
No, sometimes suddenly it drops. Okay, so I'm going to maintain the same number range as what I maintained in S4HANA in logistic execution. So when a handling unit is replicated, it should considered as an external number range, right? Define number range. Identification. Is it 03, 01? This same number range active. This is basically
That is external.
Yeah, this is internal. When you run this, handling unit number gets created. The same when it gets replicated in the LE, it is external. Okay,
But in the EWM, it is internal, right?
it is internal.
Okay.
So now this number ranges I'm maintaining it packaging material type, which I already done, right? So now I go back again. So now I create with this packaging material, I'm creating one handling. You see, now it is created successfully. So you see, you have an empty handling unit available now. Okay. So now you want to pack this product, 10 cartons into this. So like you're just dragging and putting it here. So it will automatically create an handling unit with the content. Okay. What if I want?
Here is a bit confusion. Like you are already using the cartoon in the purchase order, and again you are using the cartoon for the packaging.
The 10 cartons in a big carton, maybe.
No, where did I use cartons?
The right side, yeah. Yeah.
This is a main product. This is a packaging.
No. In the main product, you are using the unit of measurement as a carton.
It's alternative unit, right? Okay.
So now it is getting confused, like what we are packing what.
No, it is an alternative unit. Okay. When I order to the supplier, I want 10 cartons. Okay. These 10 cartons comes to me as in a box, or it is a carton box. So that box I want to represent in my SAP. So that I'm creating one handling unit.
No, but you are ordering 10 carton, right? And 10 carton again you are putting in the big carton, right?
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So you are saying.
So for the better.
Okay, so in that case, okay, let us keep it like in the palette. It's fine in that case. Okay,
Yes.
so you see here, I'm emptying now. Okay, you just click this. It become a empty handling unit. So now you can delete this. So now I'm deleting this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create with a
palette, yes.
So now it makes some sense, right?
Yeah.
Good. So now 10 cartons I received as one pallet. So that I want to represent as an handling unit here. So this number is getting generated. With this, one label gets printed. And the printed label will be attached to that pallet, and you will scan it and place it in your final bill. Okay. You clear with this?
Yeah.
What if you use any other packaging material? If you have to use like wrapping a plastic paper around it?
Yeah.
That can be considered as an auxiliary packaging materials. Okay. Because it's a good question. Basically, all these instructions and all this, whatever I've just done with manually, everything can be automated by maintaining a pack specs. So in that pack specs, you mention all this information in detail to the guy at the work center. So you print a paper and give it to him. This is how you want to pack this product. For that, we do use this packaging specification.
So At what level that packaging stuff, like other packaging
Yeah.
stuff was referring now, wrap and
Right.
all those things.
So, right. Now we'll go into the spec specs now. So you understand, right? What exactly what is happening? Like we are packing we have created a packaging material and we created one handling unit and we have packed the main product into the pallet and now this is printed. And we also need to involve certain instructions to the user. This and all, everything can be automated when you maintain a pack spec. How are we going to maintain the pack specs? We're going to discuss that.
Awesome, sir.
Yeah.
Can you go to SAP? Can I ask one question there? One last question.
Go ahead.
If you have suppose 10 each pieces, yeah, suppose you receive 10 each
Mhm.
piece. And first we want to pack into cartons. 5 pieces in one carton. Yeah. We create
Mhm.
one package material carton and one HU number is generated for carton. And for
Yes,
other
yes,
5
yes.
each is.
Note down. Can you tell me what is that?
Now suppose you have 10 eaches in the purchase order. Okay.
10 eaches, okay.
And I created one handling unit for one carton one.
So one
Okay,
carton equal to 10 each.
No, one carton equal to 5
Okay.
each.
5
One
each.
carton equal to
Okay.
5 each.
Okay.
So it means that for that 10 quantity, I generated number 2 HU. For again one more
Here
carton.
to edge.
So one more carton.
Right.
Right. Now system
Mhm.
has generated 2 HU numbers, 2 identifiers there, the
Mhm.
serial numbers.
Right.
Now these 2 cartons go onto a pallet.
Okay.
So third
That-
HU.
That's the third HU. Will that be one more number generated there again?
Yeah, this is basically a nested HU. What's we just discussed. So this is basically we call those as a nested HU, where you are creating at different levels, right, within the HU. Every time you can define in what all stages you can define a HUs basically.
I mean, do we do
Okay, so
like
that
do we do like that? Because we always would have
we,
one identifier for whole the pallet, right? One identifier for the whole pallet.
we usually don't do that. Either usually you maintain at pallet levels and you
Pallet
can
level.
have multiple cartons of the same products and same batches.
Depends on
And
the business. yeah.
in order, yeah,
It depends on the business.
yeah, it depends
Oh,
on business.
In automotive, we have nested handling units, and even we have nested heterogeneous handling unit with mixed materials. So even complicated scenario.
But can we have carton packing without the HU being generated?
Yes, we can do that.
Okay. So in
Yeah,
that
we can
case,
do that.
maybe we can use that process.
Yeah. Basically, what you just do, basically in very simpler way, you have let's say this is a panel, okay, and you have cartons. Okay? So basically what you generate, this is a whole handling unit, and you generate 4 labels with HU,
Mhm.
like H1, H2, to identify out of 4, 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4, H, 4 out of 4. Okay, these are the labels. But again, this H number, this is at pallet level. It's all under one H. Because you also have to identify the cartons. Because let's assume that when you pick up, it's not all the time you pick the whole pallet. Most of the time you get a requirement of a partial pallet, right, from the customer. So in those cases, even if you want to, and you always sell to a customer like cartons. So you need a scanner for this. So you can print like this also. Following it?
It means then we'll create a separate HU and move this content, some of the
No,
content.
with the only one HU, let's say like HU1. This will be the number 1. But on a label like this will be the number, but 1 out of 4, likewise you write down. So that you will identify to which handling unit does this carton belongs to.
Oh, okay. We can have, so you're saying we can have same HU number on
You
a
can
4 pallets.
define a different you can define a different templates. Template, take a label template to identify if you are not generating a carton then.
Mhm. Suppose I have this HU1. Suppose you have 2 cartons. You sold off the 2 cartons. Okay. Now you get one more inbound delivery. So is it generally the same HU one is used, or for that inbound delivery separate HU number is generated?
No, separate, a different HU number.
So HU life cycle stops when you sold a goods. That number is over.
Yeah, actually in WM that used to be. And now you can have empty handling units also. Okay, this thing, it is available now in EWM. So let us assume you have some fixed HUs. You get like you are selling to your customer, and these HUs comes back to you. Or you always use these HUs to pick the products. Okay, you have a shopping cart, let's say. Okay, the shopping cart, you define it as one HU. It will be always in your warehouse. Okay. So when you're storing it, it will be that. But again, when you load your truck here, whatever the products stored in that HU, you will load to your truck, but Empty HU, you keep it at your warehouse. So you want to use it multiple times. So it's not that it end up as soon as you issue it. You can also have empty HUs also.
Okay.
In couple of tire industries, if you see, they are basically stored in certain kind of a packaging storage. Okay, it's a shell you have to hold the tires, but you're not when you're sending a tires to customer, you don't sell this. Keep it in your warehouse for the storage things.
Yeah. So for each kind
My
of
screen?
no, we lost it.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
So now you see whatever I've done, I have selected a packaging material and I've created a handling of it, and then I packed it, and I want to convey certain instructions to the picker, to the guy who is the picker who is packing the products. Okay, all this you maintain it as a pack spec. That's where we do use this. And these pack specs are basically they are used with certain hierarchy. If you see, the highest level is a header followed by content and certain levels. Let us understand this part. Okay, what exactly? It always starts with the header. And in a header, basically, you maintain the condition records. The condition record concepts in is for condition types, condition
Yeah,
calculation
condition
technique.
technique.
Yeah, condition techniques. Simple?
Yeah, in the pricing, most likely.
Yeah, the same story here. You define condition fields and you maintain that access sequence to condition types, condition calculation features, the same thing here.
Why does that come here?
To determine the pack specs. I'll show you.
Okay.
So these things actually you maintain all this condition record you maintain it later. Okay. Overall here. Hi, I should come. We
Yeah,
have
I'm here, yeah. But I will be here and there. This week it will be like this, and next week I will be very much regular, okay?
understood. No worries. Welcome back. Okay. We have a header and where we do maintain all the condition records, and in the content level, we do maintain product information, the main product. What is the product we are going to pack it, and followed by different levels. So what are these levels do you represent? We just discussed we have different levels of packaging. One is cartons and followed by pallets. So carton is one level and next level is a pallets. So that each level information, we do maintain it. So for each level, you have element group, followed by these element groups are assigned with element types. So in these element types, you mention what packaging material are you going to use it to pack at first level. And in the work steps, basically, you mention all these instructions, like how I'm going to pack it. Do I need to any vacuum wrap, or to pack those if it is a fragile products? And how I'm going to pack this, how I'm going to place this into the carton. All this I'm going to define in the work steps. Likewise, multiple element types within first level and followed by a next level. The same again again you will have one element group, and again which is assigned to elements wherein you make it which packaging material you use in the second level, that is pallets in our case, and then what are the work steps, what are the instructions you want to convey to the packaging area. So likewise, you can have as many levels maintain it packaging specific. Okay? So the same thing we are going to is that if you see here, the same story again. At the 11th step, we are creating a handling unit. Let's say the handling unit like product first, packaging material. So the element one, we basically mention saying that it will be a small box. Place two boxes in each row. Twice. And then in the level two, we have again defined which packaging material. And again, place two boxes in what each row. Likewise, go on. Okay. So the same thing we are going to configure in to master. Yeah? You see the packaging specification. So we're going to use the number range for packaging specification. So I'm going to use this external number, the number range, the combination of alphanumeric, then define general packspec parameters. So I'm going to use a new packspec parameter. This here, packspec group. This is packspec group is like a material type or a document type. What is this purpose of a document type for a document?
Those are the characteristics of the document.
Actually, the material type or document type, they control these documents. What do you want in that document? Do you want, we discussed this in the last session, right? So it does control that particular documents. So in the same way, PackSpec group is something like this. So I'm going to create one PackSpec. Okay, so copy this. So here I'm using AZ03. Yeah, PackSpec is the number range I'm giving AZ and level set I will go for now. And this is action with condition type. So this PackSpec, whatever the PackSpec you create under this PackSpec group, it can be exploded based on your condition types which you assign it in the master data. Created one PackSpec group. Now I have left blank this level set. So here I'm going to define the hierarchy of a level set. Here you see this, all these levels, how many levels did I need to define this PackSpec? So this I'm going to create in the level sets. So for now, I haven't defined any level sets, so I'm keeping it blank for now. Maintain structure of a PackSpec. So you are going to define all this levels, element. So for each thing, you have level types, element type, workspace types. I'll take 2 level types. I'm going to create a 2 levels information. Okay.
Okay.
3 L1 and set O1 and this 3 level set 2. Yes. Also, I'm creating each element type for each level set. Level type. Now, I'm defining a structure in the level set. So I'm going to create one level structure. Backs. Is it? And you see copy one. And you see the condition type I'm mentioning is 0 IBD. Okay. So this 0 IBD is one of a standard SAP predefined condition type which is used for pack specs to be exploded during inbound delivery. In fact, these pack specs are not just used in inbound deliveries. It can be used in many transaction documents. You can use it in warehouse order levels. You can use it at board deliveries. Many they even use it as validation data during packing your work centers. Likewise, there are so many cases and so many instances in the business where you want to explode or send an instructions to create handling units by specific aspects. So for now, we are referring to inbound edits to maintain this. So I'm defining the level types now. So these are not my level types. New level types. So I have 2 levels. I have 2, 3, L1. And after this, assigning the one which I created. The same way, go back here. I again create second level. So now it is actually a new level set has been created. So it looks like this. Tutorial representation, it looks like this until here. Okay. So I'm going to assign this level set to my packaging specification group in here. So here I'm going to assign this level set. So now I'm also going to define the work steps also. Work step type. So I'm going to create work step type instructions, right? I want to convey the instructions to the guy. So I created one of work steps for level 1 and level 2. Now we already have defined the packaging material type. So now assign packaging material type to this elemental. So with this again, it is restricting here. Only whatever you have assigned, only those packaging materials can be used packing your main product. So I'm allowing only cartons at the first level. Okay. Yes, it's here. And hope you guys are following each step. Right?
Yes.
Yes. And the same way you do it at your work step also. Yeah. Now I have assigned this is how it looks like in pictorial representation. So now I'm going to create a master data. Master data of PackSpec. So here I found this in logistics and I see an external warehouse, EWM. So here, so I'm trying, first I will create certain work steps. So here I give the instructions. Okay. So the first instruction is level level 1 instructions inside right here. The first level is the work it should assign to A3 1. Okay. In the text element, I'm going to mention. I'm going to mention the instructions. Wrap each piece. Okay. Since each piece fragile. Like something like fragile, since it is fragile. And also keep side by side or something like whatever you want to. Because you can print this basically. Okay, the same way I'm going to create one more instruction. Okay, level 2 cartons per palette. Now I'm going to create a PackSpec here. So here you see create. So I'm going to select the PackSpec group which I created. It is AZ03 and it is alphanumerical. So I write, let's say I give it my material AZ03 ROH1. Enter. Say. So here you see, now I created one. Now I'm going to enter all the details in a change mode. Okay, so in the description, okay, in the header level, I'm maintaining the condition record. Okay, so whenever this 0 IBD is basically it has to be explored during a inbound delivery creation. So whenever for my plant AZ03 and product is AZ03 ROH1, okay, whenever this AZ03 ROH1 and when it is coming from party from my supplier, you can have as many condition criteria basically. Yeah, but, from this guy, right? We are using until now. Okay, so vendor for the supplier, sir. Yeah. Okay. So whenever we get this, all this criteria matches, so the condition record is determined, then system will create a handling unit with instructions what we are going to maintain it. Okay. So the header level I have maintained this information and in the content add product. Product I'm giving is 1. Okay. And the base quantity is considered as 1. Okay. So in fact, you can always have as many multiple also. In certain cases, you always wanted to be a multiple of it. Some of our distribution centers, you can see these cases basically. You don't sell one piece. It is always have a multiple of 4. A good day biscuits with packs, two packets. So you should always consider it as 2 as 1 basically. So that base unit you are defining it. So in my case, I'm just defining as 1. Okay. So now based on that, I define here. So my quantities, I want 4 eaches. Okay. 4 eaches to be packed there in a carton. It should be packed in a carton. And the work step instructions. So this is an instruction I'm giving. 12 instruction.
You chose the wrong packaging material. Is it 03?
Correct. Is it 0? Yes. So 4 such, let's say I keep it as 5 to simple. 5 pieces are packed in one carton in a level. If you go into the level set, 2, so let's say 2 such carton. So now you see the quantity is multiple of the above level, whatever it is preceding level. Okay. So I'm using a packaging material here as palette because it is restricted. The accept instruction. Okay. So all these instructions that are maintained in the level. So I'm going to save this.
What you need to reflect the issue creation.
Yeah, we will do it now. So here you see there is something called HU creation. So now the question is, to what level do I have to generate a handling unit? Whether to be generated at a carton level or does it have to generate at a pallet level? Okay. So it create accordingly. So now if I consider as 2 cartons to be placed in one pallet and at the pallet level, it has to generate a HU creation. Actually, this is basically some standard program errors. Cannot activate to this guy, the server let me comment. That okay. So I'll hold this part. Okay. This is basically some program error. Some standard patches I have to do this.
No, I think it's saying unit of measure is missing, right? For the quantity being changed.
No, it's actually some program error I have checked in the morning.
Hmm.
One of my other session.
You need analysis notes?
Some notes yesterday I also have downloaded. But it's not allowing me to implement this. Okay, so I have informed the guy to do it. This information.
Yes.
Any of this basically some program error. Okay. So I'll continue this part in the next session. I already have informed. Right, implementing this
S note here.
notes.
Yeah.
You know what is happening is throwing me an error. Right? Say some digital failing at the digital signature.
You need to download it.
Yeah, I did download it. SAP
Okay.
file.
Yeah.
But it's actually this one I have to implement it. And yes, let us not waste the time. Yes. This is a error. Previously I have done it, but now they have refreshed the system. Now I'm getting this error.
Is this any manual instruction in the note, or is it a component changes?
I just downloaded it. It is actually failing at some digital signature.
Yeah, correct. So it means it's not bringing the note in the note assistant first.
Okay. So
So-
you want to see the note? Yeah. Okay. Let me stop recording for now. It's fine, right? I'll stop it and then I'll. Okay. So now we'll continue. So now you see the condition record has also maintained now. So I'm going to create a new purchase order. Okay.
We need a packaging specification for each material.
Can you assign multiple materials there, or is it only one material, one to one?
For PackSpecs, no, it have only one material.
Can you copy existing PackSpec to create another one?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. In fact, you also have certain tools which you can do it in bulk also.
Because this would be too much work for.
You have upload tools to load the pack specs in a standard. They have
Mhm.
provided a standard.
And are you creating it specific to a warehouse, or is it specific to EWM system across warehouses? If you have multiple,
In fact, it is across. This is master data, but a couple of objects when you are defining structure on specific to, let's say if you cannot let's say packaging type. There again the number ranges, all this you have to maintain you specific to warehouses. But this is not assigned to any warehouse. You can utilize it for your warehouse. Only that here you see this condition record you have to mention your specific to warehouse. This PackSpec can be utilized for any warehouses also.
we can probably add multiple lines there, right?
You
Was
can
there?
add as many condition records, right?
Yeah.
I'll maintain 10 cartons in the material master. I've mentioned as a 10 cartons. Each has 10 cartons. Okay, so in that case, I have 5 eaches into 1 carton, right? Let's see. I'm saving this.
You receive it 10 cartons, right?
10 cartons, right? Let's see.
Because EWM is active, we can't do a goods receipt from this inbound delivery like in normal WM. Is it deactivated, or that's also that's the wrong thing to do?
Even okay, the goods receipt you do your LE
Yeah,
inbound delivery.
yeah, correct.
Right. In fact, you cannot do it because it is in display mode.
Go to change. You can go to 32.
You don't have this. You cannot have because it's already distributed. Some of the BAPIs which will activate. You cannot do so.
What if we try to do micro? Does it work?
If you try to,
No, it will not do. Because the deliveries are created. So when you do it, it will say there are certain deliveries which is already
Oh, it's a
replicated. So you want that reference. Yeah.
delivery.
So it will not allow. Yes, right?
if you go to VL32N and try to
It
press
doesn't allow
post goods
change.
receipt.
It doesn't allow
It's
change.
not- No, in the first screen of VL32N.
It gives a message.
Let's see.
Okay.
Okay, not yet
Really not
completely
yet
processed
complete.
NT.
Not allowed.
Unload. Cannot unload. Okay.
You can only do the activities in decentralized system. Even if you have a decentralized WM also, you cannot. Because the delivery has already replicated. There are certain PAPIs which trigger validate.
Can't we change, for
Mhm.
example, if we want to change the quantity
Yeah.
in the inbound delivery again?
You can do. If there in here you cannot do anything. There is something. This status, in fact, is actually avoiding to do any changes here. We used to have certain cases basically in our previous project. So there are certain standard program also available. We have certain B programs also created to remove this status. And then as soon as you remove the status, you can always make changes. Now it will not. So, yeah, it's in this. Yeah, you see, it has created a palette. It has extruded accordingly, and it has created 10 handling units. See,
Why
each
has it created-
carton.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay. So we have one carton is equal to 10 each, right?
One
On the alternate unit of measure for the product, we have one carton is 10 each.
one carton is 10 inches, right?
We put 10,
Um,
10 cartons, which would be
10
100
cartons, so it
each.
should be 100.
And we will
No,
have
no.
10
Are we
cartons.
missing any calculation? It's right, right?
It's
Ten-
right for me.
Yeah, we ordered 10
Okay.
cartons. And packaging specification says 1 carton, correct? At this carton level. But there are 10 HUs for each carton.
Two carton of 5.
No, but we
each one.
said 5 each is in one carton, right?
Yes,
packing?
and we have in the level 2 cartons in the pallet. So
So-
every pallet will have 10 edges.
Because you see, this is created at pallet level, not at carton. So we basically 5 inches, and when you go in the next level, it is basically 10 inches. So 10 inches is one carton, right?
Yeah.
So that's how it is created. The HU is being created at pallet level.
Yeah, and 10 carton equal to one pallet, right?
No,
Yeah, it's 2 cartons is one pallet.
no, one carton is one pallet.
No, you're saying 2, right? 2 cartons.
No, it's not 2 cartons. Okay, let me go back then.
Yeah.
You see here, what I'm saying.
The alternative unit of measure is confusing with the
No.
when you call what is a carton.
Yeah, always when you're creating the purchase order, create with the each and then multiply in the carton and pallets.
Yeah. So
No, I've used an order the quarter day. Yeah.
so don't call it carton with the alternative unit of measure. Call it just car to not have this confusion.
No, but if going to the
In
pack
fact,
spec, in the pack spec, we said 2 cartons is one.
no, it's not 2 cartons, it's 5 inches. See, the product is mentioned in inches.
Yes. Okay.
This
go
is the
to level
base
set
unit I
one.
mentioned. In the 11 set one, I say 5 inches as one carton.
Yes. And the next one?
So in the next level, so 2 such cartons in one this
Pallet.
pallet. So instead, what I can do, I can change the alternative unit here as 5 inches. So then,
No,
it
yeah, I
makes
think,
some
yeah,
sense.
it's good. Yeah.
Instead, what I do, I change it here. I'll delete this. Okay. This is right. I have to again see the whole story. Yeah. Delete.
So if you use pack spec and the system automatically generates the HU, if you want to
Mhm.
delete the inbound delivery for some reason, then you'll have to unpack, delete the HUs,
Right.
and then go back and delete
Right.
the inbound delivery. Oh, that's a lot of work.
But it won't happen every time.
Yeah.
If it is a regular case, then yes, you have to change the process in the system, or you have to define. So what I do, I reject this. Okay.
So on this screen, there is no option to automatically use the pack spec and generate the HUs.
Yeah, you can do that. I'll tell you. Back. I just deleted just the delivery now. I'll change this. There is here when you wanted to change any information or any master data in PackSpec, you always go like this. Create a second version.
Okay.
Create a second version and change this quantity. So basically, it will be 10 inches, right? 10 each per carton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the 11th set, it will be
Only one.
two. So to make it simple, I create 3 cartons or 4 cartons. Pallet.
In this case, we will have one pallet and we
we'll
have
have 2
20.
3 pallets, right?
Yeah, but the third
That's
pallet will be
the
partial.
Yeah, you need to put 5.
Right. But I always receive full pallets from the supplier, right? So in that case, okay, let me keep it as 5. What happened? Okay, so I'm creating a second. This version I'm going to change it here. Well, the changes will be carried forward as in second version. Here in the level set one, it will be daily 10 inches, right? 10 inches per curtain, and followed by 5 curtains in one pallet. Okay, it should check.
Each is in one pallet, in fact.
Right.
Can we create the purchase order in the each is? It will be more.
You want that in inches?
That will clarify the things more, like it will be. If
Okay.
possible.
So again, I have to change the master data. Change this.
Mhm.
I think you are able to do it in the purchase order when you create it.
It will not take it. It will always refer to. Change it in this. Maybe an info record is updated.
We try to change again and again. Possibly it will work.
Let's see.
This info code is only for the price, isn't it?
Why? There are many information, so many marks. You can maintain it. There are a lot of information you can maintain to default in your purchase order.
There is one customizing. I need to check if you can activate it for this warehouse before creating the inbound
You
delivery.
can make one?
The one for
Sorry?
no, we need. I think there is one customizing. We want to check it for the EWM specific parameters. We can in S4 we can activate the delivery change in S4 even if it's being distributed. So it's in my subcomponent.
Okay.
You mean that we can change the distributed logistic inbound delivery, right?
It's written yes, based on this
Um,
customizing.
Okay. So once it is changed, then again that change
Mhm.
will also be distributed to the EWM or APA or whatever.
Yes, only if you activate this customizing.
Even in decentralized also, you have an option of changing the delivery source. When you work with SCM, you have an option of changing the delivery,
Yes, I think it's been activated 9.5, I think.
but with a different transaction code.
It should be 2, yeah.
There is VL60N or something where you can access the inbound delivery and make necessary changes if you want. Okay, so you see here, this is okay. It has created 2 pallets now. Clear, right?
Yeah.
So you always see this or this. There is one transaction code for SLG1. You guys know it, right?
Yeah, sure. For the log.
Where you will see all the logs and all the logs.
Can you just show us the packaging specification? Any outputs
So,
for that? Any print preview or anything like that?
your voice is breaking.
Yeah, I was just saying, can you just show us the standard print output, print preview template of the packaging specification that gets printed?
You mean the label, the
Mhm.
DHU
It's
labels?
actually
Or the packaging specification instructions, right? We set up some instructions.
Want to see.
That is master data.
Yes.
Like why we need that?
It has to print for someone at the work center to pack stuff.
Yeah, with the work instruction, you mean?
Yeah.
The work steps. Yeah, it makes sense.
This is standard.
I think it went too fast. I don't know.
You see, this paper can be printed, and as soon as the delivery gets created, you can also include the thing is the PackSpec instruction to King guys.
But okay. But Packer is always looking into looking into these instructions because they are quite standards and every time they are using the same instructions. So in the long run, why did why they need these instructions? Like they are keep on packing from last 1 year, 6 months continuously.
But
And-
still, they should have some paper what to do.
Yeah, but
Unless,
maybe it's printed once here. It's not generated automatically when the packaging specification created or the handling unit created. It's only once, I think.
Yeah, that is fine.
once in the sense every transaction, right?
In once and in the warehouse.
No,
Master
you
data.
never know what are the products you're getting every day. So every time a transaction comes, it is always good to print to one paper, right? Just one stationery.
No. No, every time the transaction comes means that every time the delivery is created, then for that delivery, yes, that's fine. But as a master data, packaging specification as a master data, they can print once and glue it up somewhere and they can use it again and again saying, okay, this is the way we are doing it. Just a reference, right?
Maybe. If you want to save a paper.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's not good. You print as many, lot of papers are being printed with something. So they should have this. You never know the master data, they can keep changing. It's just a master data.
Yeah.
It depends on it. There is a department, shipping department, they discuss. There is a shipping department who actually communicate with the supplier in what packaging does they need it. So that information will not be flown to the warehouse guys because they are a different department. It's better you print and give it to them what the way they have to print it.
But that can print it for the handling unit for the inbound delivery, right? So every time the new inbound delivery comes, then definitely some like handling unit information will be printed, like labels or quantity or materials. So that's it.
This is the
Yeah.
story of PackSpec.
As a
Okay.
one doubt, one,
Yes,
one-
go ahead, answer. Go ahead.
Suppose you're receiving this pallet for the
Uh-huh.
same material, you are receiving a whole pallet. Okay? Suppose if you want
Uh-huh.
to move those 200 quantity into individual cartons and repack, these are the instructions. We have it clear. Okay. Now,
Right.
now in one case, I don't want any instruction. The pallet that comes as it is, it comes with the vendor's HU number, some number on the pallet. All I need is I put a new barcode on that and just put the pallet as it
Right.
is.
You know what? See, this is ideally most of the cases you follow these instructions. Like you already has communicated to this guy, supplier, let's send me like this. But many of the cases, you have your own set of rules to store your product. What do you, in your case, I receive 50 pieces, but I want to optimize my warehouse and my rack can hold more than like all my racks are around 2 meter height. So what I do, I have a big pallet and I will pack all the 100 units in the same packaging and I place it. Here I'm repacking it and I'm generating a new handling unit. Okay. In those cases, you don't need to generate at the inbound delivery level, but you can generate in your tasks level. Next level.
Okay.
As I said, the pack specs are not just meant for only for inbound delivery. You can, at different instances, you can utilize the pack spec to pack it. Okay.
That's still question pondering is pack specification mandatory? I got a pallet, I want to just store it in my bin as it is. No additional instruction.
It's not mandatory. It's not mandatory. It just makes your life easy. That's it. It's not mandatory.
Correct. In that case, we don't execute this pack step at all. We just
No,
do
you
it,
don't. If you don't want it, why you maintain the master data?
Okay, so it means
Yeah.
if you don't maintain, you can then could still be going to the further step. It's not that you
You can do. It's not mandatory. You can generate certain handling units and pack it in later stages. Let's say the next step is to create a warehouse task. Okay. So you want to generate a handling unit at task level, then yes, you can do that. Yeah. So now you see